And you're welcome back to the news at 10. This may not be the best of time for the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC, as more revelations are emerging regarding its management of a nation's oil revenue. The Senate has raised an alarm, alleging that NNPC illegally spent 700 million naira a day on kerosene subsidy. Moving the motion at plenary today, Senator Babajide Omoworare claimed that the kerosene subsidy scheme has gulped 4.2 billion naira in just 6 days.
In Yaya area, in Beko petrol station, opposite Joy FM in Makodi, the price of kerosene is 155 naira.
Senator Olubumi Adetumbi explaining how much Nigerians have to pay for kerosene in different parts of the country. On a daily basis, Nigerians pay exorbitant prices for kerosene, even though the Ministers of Finance, Petroleum and the NNPC have admitted that there is subsidy on kerosene after all. This subsidy was supposed to make the product more affordable to Nigerians. It's a bitter pill for many to swallow.
I mean, if we want kerosene to be well priced, far cheaper than what we ever could bargain in our widest imagination. Remove kerosene subsidy, everything.
This lawmaker is not only concerned that Nigerians pay this much for kerosene in spite of a subsidy on the product, but he also questioned the legality of the entire scheme.
Kerosene subsidy scheme is manifestly illegal, unconstitutional, and a brazen breach of Appropriation Acts.
Some lawmakers called for the outright cancellation of subsidy on kerosene.
They said in MPC, if you remove subsidy, the kerosene will reach 300 naira per liter. That is not true. You don't have to go to school to know the theory of demand and supply in relation to the price. Now the supply is being maneuvered by MPC because they are the only importer.
But the chairman of the Finance Committee drew the attention of the Senate to a pre-existing motion from the House of Representatives.
We have two motions, subsisting motions. One in the House, which is still with them, sell at 50, and one by the Senate does sell. Practically, which one should they obey?
Besides the motion, which the NNPC boss raised as one of the reasons to justify the continued payment of kerosene subsidy, the Minister of Petroleum had at the public hearing last week said there is no gazette authorizing the withdrawal of kerosene subsidy. However, when contacted, an NNPC official who did not want to be named said the NNPC has presented the figures of how much it has spent on kerosene subsidy to the Senate Committee on Finance. Nevertheless, the Senate directed its Committee on Finance to unravel the mystery behind the kerosene subsidy scam and report back to the Senate. And that's all from Abuja. Back to you, Sulaiman.
Well, many thanks, Linda. Now, pharmaceutical companies need to move beyond their traditional roles and form partnerships to create a meaningful difference in any nation's health sector. That's according to a global research-based biopharmaceutical company, AstraZeneca. The company, which has launched a research grant in Nigeria, says this is a reflection of its commitment to providing adequate healthcare delivery with a major focus on non-communicable diseases. Our correspondent, BC Koka, reports.
In Nigeria, there has been an upsurge of cardiovascular diseases in recent times. The World Health Organization projects that about 5 million Nigerians may die of non-communicable diseases by 2015. That's why AstraZeneca is collaborating with experienced medical personnel in the country to provide research support geared towards stemming the tide of these deadly diseases.
We really aim to find solutions to patients, greatest health challenges. And we know that we are not able to do that alone. That's why we partner with academia, we partner with professors, we partner with the medical community, we partner with the communities as well in order to understand the healthcare challenges.
What is the focus of this initiative?
Our commitment is a 3-year commitment. We will invest, we will make $100,000 per year over a 3-year period available. And we have said very broadly the focus is on non-communicable diseases.
A lot of our data are estimated. There's been a lot of studies, but they tend to be small studies. So that the way we're figuring in the scientific committee is that we want big, robust data.
What will be done with this data?
We have initially engaged and said, what would you do if we gave you these funds? We leave it to you to make these decisions. So we are not dictating at all. We're not involved at all in the decision making. We're leaving it to the professors and the academic fraternity to decide what the needs in the country are.
After all said and done, the project is unveiled before medical practitioners and other stakeholders in the health sector.
So for the behalf of all of us, I'd like especially to congratulate you and perform this act of surgery.
There are expectations that this move by AstraZeneca will produce many more high-quality research projects which will provide crucial insights into Nigeria's disease profile, especially with regards to non-communicable diseases. BC Coker, Channels Television News.
Now, Bitflux Communications Limited has emerged winner of the 2.3 gigahertz spectrum band license auctioned by the Nigeria Communications Commission, beating national mobile carrier Globacom with a bid of $23.25 million. The executive vice chairman of the NCC, Mr. Eugene Juo, said the 2.3 gigahertz spectrum band designated for commercial use on a national basis will set the stage for broadband internet revolution in Nigeria.
The events for the day began rather slowly at the venue of the auction for the 2.3 gigahertz spectrum broadband in Abuja, but the destination was predetermined. The Nigeria Communications Commission had announced that at all costs, auction between the two bidders, Globacom Nigeria and Bitflux Communications, must commence at 11 a.m. And so, to set events rolling, a number of projections and expectations from the winner of the day's bid were put forward by the Supervising Ministry of Information Technology in Nigeria and the Communications Commission boss.
The winner of today's auction becomes a major player in the scheme of nationwide provision of broadband services.
If we can achieve our targets of a 5-fold increase in broadband penetration by 2017, from 6% to 30%, we will deliver true broadband a phenomenal 3% increase in GDP.
Bidding commenced at 11 a.m. via an ascending clock auction, with the two bidders separated at 2 points, while those present at the auction watched on via projectors. It was done in 30 minutes, and an announcement by the executive vice chairman elicited great excitement from the winning party.
Glo bidded $23,050,001 US, while Bitflux in the tiebreaker round bidded $23,251,000 US. With that, Bitflux has won the one slot of 2.3 gigahertz auction.
Our rollout is actually slated for within 3 to 4 months after that, and the services will be available to Nigerians.
The successful bid by Bitflux brings in the much-needed variety and competition to broadband in Nigeria. And this new license, when operational, will provide retail service providers and other users with the requisite wholesale wireless access and bandwidth to provide service to their subscribers in line with the National Broadband Plan of 2013. Nigerians can therefore expect better internet services. Omelogo Nadi, Channels Television News.
Truly the first. First Bank, truly the first.
Business News. The Central Bank of Nigeria has confirmed receipt of a letter from the presidency suspending Mr. Lamido Sanusi as its governor and appointing Dr. Sarah Alade to head the Apex Bank in acting capacity. While it's the first time since the announcement by President Goodluck Jonathan that the bank regulator will be reacting to that issue, the CBN reassured Nigerians and international investors that it remains committed to its core mandates as enshrined in the CBN Act 2007 relating to monetary and financial stability. Mr. Sanusi's suspension is coming months before his tenure is due to end in June. The president has also forwarded names of possible successors to the governor and deputy governor of the CBN to the Senate. Well, the equities market today suffered some decline following the suspension of the central bank governor. Stockbrokers attribute the waning trend of 1.47% to panic on the part of investors. The banking stocks were worst hit. Here's a look at the stock market report by Harriet Agbi.
Hello and welcome to the Stock Market Report. As expected, the financial markets closed negative as news of the suspension of the CBN Governor Sanusi Lamido Sanusi hit the market. The Nigerian equities market gave up the gains recorded at the end of midweek trade as key indicators fell by 1.47%. Losses recorded by some market bellwethers, including Guinness and Nigerian breweries, dragged the indicators down. 44 other equities shed weight as well at the end of the day's trade. Only 9 equities added to their share price, but all with gains on the 2 naira. Our bank stocks were the most actively traded, and investors favored Zenith Bank, Axis Bank, and FBN Holdings PLC. And when the closing bell rang, investors had in 4,539 deals exchanged 483.54 million shares for 4.85 billion naira. Well, those are the day's trading figures. I'm Harriet Agbinyi.
That's it on Business News. On the news at 10, Sulaiman returns in just a moment.
First Bank, truly the first.
Still ahead on the news at 10, Nigeria Football Federation announces a 100% increase in allowances and match bonuses for the under-17 women's team, the Flamingos. That's in sports news. Join us again.